Hello, everybody. Welcome to day one of CrochetMAS 2024. I am so excited. It is that time of year again where we get to crochet together for the first 10 days of December. If you have not already, be sure to sign up to the VIP list and you will get all of the freebies and goodies that will be going out in the inboxes every single morning. Today's freebie was actually a set of exclusive CrochetMAS only wrap labels. I'll do a close-up on these here in a second when we switch screens. So if you haven't checked your email already and you are on the VIP list, go and grab these because they are darling, as you will see in just a moment. I do want to say that I have a gift or a bonus for showing up live to the CrochetMAS lives, and we will be doing this every day that is applicable. You will have the opportunity to get the ad-free PDF for today's pattern. It's normally only available via purchase in my shop. I'm giving these out every single day of CrochetMAS that we make one of my patterns. There will be 2 days, I think, where we make some of the patterns that were guest posted on my blog, so I will not be giving out the PDFs for patterns that are not mine, but for the ones that are mine, if you show up live to the CrochetMAS event, you will get to download them. So if you go to craftyconcept.com/jolly, you can download the ad-free PDF for today's Santa hat. As soon as this live ends, this link will no longer work. So go ahead and grab it now and then pop back over. That way you don't forget, because as soon as it ends, I will be turning it off, because if I don't do it immediately, I will forget. So if you want to grab the free PDF, the ad-free PDF that is for this Santa hat, my Gracie doll back here is rocking one. If you weren't sure what we were making, you can grab it by going to craftyconcept.com/jolly. I believe it's going to be just me today. Mackenzie might be able to come hang out for some of these lives that we do together, but for today it is just going to be me. So hopefully it is manageable and I don't have any issues. If you see somebody being super weird in the comments, meaning they are not a crocheter and they are not maybe even a human, they might be just a bot, try to let me know. And I don't know how I would block them or anything. I don't know how I would do any of that. Mackenzie normally does that. So let's just cross our fingers that doesn't happen. I'm going to go ahead and get set up on our second view here so you can see my table. All right. Okay. There we go. And also, how is the music on your end? I am playing music this year, just background music. This is my first time. Hey, Waynell. My first time doing background music, and I did make sure they were all copyright free, so hopefully there's no issues with YouTube. But let me know if you can hear it, if it's too loud, too soft, all of that good stuff. These are the wrap labels that were sent out in your inboxes this morning. I am obsessed with them. Pink Christmas is my favorite Christmas. And I will be sending freebies out every single morning for the first 10 days of December if you are on the CrochetMAS VIP list. You're welcome, Vanessa. Okay, Leanne doesn't hear any music. Let's just... How about now? I just want it to be like subtle in the background. Nothing too crazy. It's also on the opposite side of my mic. Let's try that. My mic is on the other side. You're welcome, Lynn. Okay, and then here are the matching thank you cards. So if you're not familiar with wrap labels, these are designed for you to cut them out and wrap them around your crochet thing and then tape them in the back. And then you can have a handwritten thank you note to go with it if you're sending these to customers, or if you're gifting them, you wouldn't need the thank you note, but you could go back in and edit this and make it say something else if you are familiar with how to edit PDFs. Okay, we can hear the music a little bit. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. Perfect. Okay, this is the pattern we're going to be making, the Crafty Boho Santa Hat. This is an OG pattern. I think I designed this one in 2019. Some of the music might be a little bit louder than others, so I'm just going to leave it there. If it gets too overbearing, just let me know and I'll turn it down. But this was designed in 2019, I think. So I was making one last night because I haven't made one in a while, and I wanted to make sure I got it right for the camera. So we're going to be making the toddler size today just for the sake of time. And I was super duper nervous because I don't know if I ever got the toddler size tested. This was like, how long ago was 2019? Feels like a decade ago, but I know it wasn't that long. Okay, here is what I will be using today. I have some worsted weight yarn. This is I love this yarn in a color that is a print. It says I love this yarn, and then it says print. Can't remember the name of the color. I have a bunch more behind me, but I think it was discontinued anyway. But I just thought we'd try it. I've never made one with a print yarn before. I thought we'd give it a try. This is Yarn Bees For the Moment. I had the label, and I think I threw it away because it looked like trash on my table. It's Hobby Lobby's brand, though, and I believe it's called For the Moment, and this is in the color cream. They have another one that's really thick, like if you were, Lion brand also has a faux fur. It's Gopher Faux, and then they have a thicker one too. So this is the not thick one, the thinner version. And I will be using my J Clover More crochet hook. 10 out of 10 recommend Clover More hooks. If you've never tried them, 'tis the season to ask for them for Christmas. You can buy them one at a time, and they can put them in your stocking. Tell your husbands you need these put in your stocking, just one, so you can try it. I also have some Clover scissors that they gifted me. I don't even remember when, and I haven't even been using them the whole time. These are the best scissors I own. 10 out of 10. Love these scissors forever. I have 3 stitch markers because I'm going to try not to count so much so we can chat while we crochet. And then my tapestry needle, and that is everything. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Does everything look okay? The millimeter is 6 millimeter. Britt says she has 2, or I'm sorry, Caroline says she has 2 J hooks. 6 millimeter. Okay. Also, it probably doesn't super duper matter if yours is a little bit different. You'll be able to see how you can just extend the hat pretty easily. Thank you, Megan. So let's go ahead and jump in. I also have lights set up. Some of the CrochetMASes are at 6 p.m. It is going to be pitch black dark. So I have 2 lights set up. This is probably as good as it's going to get. It will probably be less good at the 6 p.m. times, but we're going to do the best we can because it is winter. Okay, so we're going to start by making a magic circle and half double crocheting 12 inside. So if you're not familiar with the magic circle, it's super simple. We're just going to go like this and kind of make an X with the yarn, and then put your thumb there to hold it. I'm going to take my hook, go into the circle I just made, grab the yarn, and pull up a loop. Then I'm just going to kind of readjust my hands, keep my fingers in that circle so it doesn't close up on me, and then we're going to chain 1. Now to make the half double crochet, also I would like to do a little quick disclaimer. I yarn under instead of yarning over, which is what most people do. That's how I taught myself. It will not affect the quality of your hat. I don't think it will affect anything with this pattern at all. So if you see me saying yarn over and I do the opposite, that's just how I taught myself. I didn't realize it was different until like 5-6 years later. Hello, North Carolina. Okay, so we are going to yarn over or under, insert our hook into the circle, grab our yarn, pull up a loop. We've got 3 loops on our hook now. We're going to yarn over, pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet. We're going to do that for a total of 12 times inside of our circle. So that was 1, 2, hello, Canada, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I'm going to adjust before I do my last one because it's getting a little stretched out on me. And then 12. Okay, now we're going to pull our magic circle closed. There we go. Tracked in South Texas. Oh, she's from, oh, I see. Oh, goodness. Hey, Chattanooga. Cool, cool. Okay, we're going to join into the top of our first half double crochet. That one's a little loud. I'm going to try to scoot this back because I am like stretched out. Sorry if this is making you car sick. I'm sprawled out on the table here. Okay. Join into the top of our first. This is so much better. Half double crochet. Grab your yarn and pull through both. And then we're going to chain 1. Now for row 2, we're going to start our increases. And we're going from 12 to 14. So that means there's just 2 increases in this row. In the pattern, I tell you very specifically where to do your increases. Half double crochet 2 times, then do an increase, then 5 times, then an increase, then 3 times, close her up. 12, 13. So, but for the video, for the sake of ease of us like chatting it up, I'm just going to crochet and increase 2 random places. I'm going to use my stitch markers to try to mark where I've increased if I need to. I just don't like for them to line up on top of each other. I just like to space them out through, like if this row, if I start with an increase, I will not do that for the next row. So that's the only difference. It doesn't really matter where you put them as long as they're easily mixed around and they're not just on top of each other every single time, because that will make your hat very triangular shaped, like stiff, like triangle that you can't really adjust it. We're going for like a cone shape instead of a triangle shape. So I'm going to increase just 2 times somewhere along this circle. And that way I know I don't have to count and I can still be chatting with you guys. So I'm gonna put my first one here. 1, 2. To do an increase, it's just 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. I'm going to mark that with a stitch marker just so we can see where they are easily. That way for row 3, I don't put my increases on top of that increase. So then we're going to just crochet a little bit to space them out. And I'll increase in this one. 2 half double crochets in the same spot. Woo! Getting carried away. And I'll place my stitch marker. Caroline says it is hot in Texas. Listen, I love summer. I do not love winter. I love Christmas, but I do not love winter. I do not love that I haven't seen the sunshine in 3 dang days. And I don't like to be cold. It was very cold today. We woke up to snow. I don't like it. So I am jealous of the Texas weather. Okay. So we now should have 14 half double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. I will not be counting every row. I just want to get started off correctly. We're going to join into the top of our first half double crochet right here. And chain 1. Excellent. Now for row 3, we're going to have, again, 2 increases. And I'm going to just make sure to increase where I don't have stitch markers. That's going to be how I just kind of map this out. And I also will show you the longer we go, after we continue making our rows, this is our seam and it's going to go like this. And that's because with the way half double crochets are made, when we pull them through all 3 stitches, we're pulling in that direction. So I do have a little bit of a workaround to try to straighten out that seam. I will do it for row 4. So we're going to continue just the same thing for row 3, and then I'll show you my little workaround for the seam. I'm going to increase here in this stitch. Again, that's just 2 half double crochets in the same spot. And then that's one of my increases. I'm going to keep going. I was going to put the stitch markers in there just so you guys can see on camera easier. I can tell pretty easily where my increases are. I'll use the stitch markers for a little bit, but I might end up stopping. So I'm going to put my next increase right here in the next stitch. Just 2 stitches together. Perfect. Megan also does not like winter. I am a summer gal. I love the sunshine. I love the warmth. My bones are cold. Good news is these lights that I'm using, it will be a sauna in here in like 20 minutes. So I will be nice and toasty. That's your winter hack. Turn on photography lights and you will not be cold. Okay. Join into the top of our first half double crochet. and chain 1. Now, so it's starting to kind of become a shape. You can see. I'm just going to kind of pop it. I'm going to pop, lock, and drop it here on live. So it's being pushed in the correct, this is the right side. This is the wrong side. Right side, correct side, wrong side. Okay. Row 4, I'm going to show you my seam straightening workaround. If you have noticed, we have been putting our first stitch right here up next to our chain and our last stitch over here. That's how we've been doing them for these first 3 rows. I'm going to put my first stitch, instead of going here, I'm going to put my first stitch here this time. And I'm going to put my last stitch in that join right here. And that's going to shift my seam. It's not perfect, but at least it keeps it from wrapping around the hat. So I'm going to put my first stitch over here, and you can do this with any of your patterns that you follow that the seam is wonky, or you're using half double crochets in like a circular pattern, and it will do the job. So we are going from 16 to 19. So we're doing 3 increases this time. I'm going to put my first one right here, right where we were. So that's 1. And then we're just going to continue to half double crochet around. Ooh. I also really love these clover stitch markers because I can just pop them off. Did you see that? You just pull it a little bit and it pops right open. I love it. Anything that makes my life more convenient, I will pay for. Okay, I'm going to increase in this next spot here. Okay. Carol of the Bells is playing, and Ava can play this on piano. Boom, 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 boom. And we have 1 increase left. I'm going to put it, I'm going to do 1 more stitch and I'm going to put it here. 1, 2. If you do not like the random increases, you can follow the pattern for exact stitching. I love fall best, sweatshirts and crochet beanies. I do like sweater attire. I like fall clothes. I like winter clothes, except for like having to be all bundled up. But I do not like the season. Okay, my last one is going to go all the way right here, right up next to our starting chain. That's where I'm going to put my last half double crochet. Then I'm going to join into the top of my first half double crochet. Ding, 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 ding. And chain 1. Now we're going to turn our work. This is the first time we have turned our work. We will turn our work before and after each of the bobble rows. That way our bobbles pooch out on the correct side of our project. Hey! Okay, so row 5 says bobble single crochet around, ending with a bobble. If you know any of my patterns, I'm not a big fan of starting and ending with a bobble, but that's what I did in 2019. So we're just going to stick with it. You could probably switch it up if you wanted to, but for this row, we're just going to do exactly what the pattern says. So to do a bobble stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert our yarn into the stitch, insert our hook into the stitch, grab your yarn, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 of them. And you got yourself like a little arm. We need 4 of those arms inside this same stitch. So we're going to do it again. Yarn over, go into the exact same stitch, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2. We're going to do that 2 more times. That's 3 and 4. Now, if you ever are following a pattern that goes with the bobble stitch, if you want your bobbles very bobblicious, you could go for 5. You could do that 1 more time if you wanted to. The bobble stitch is a yarn eater, takes up a lot of yarn, so that's why I usually just do 4. But if you ever feel like your bobbles aren't pooching as much as you'd like, you could go for 5. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through all of those loops on our hook to close up the bobble stitch. And then this next part is what makes this pop real good. We're going to single crochet in this next stitch over here. So going directly into this stitch, that's where we're going to place our single crochet, keeping everything nice and tight. So for single crochet, I insert my hook, grab my yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That completes my single crochet. Let's do another one, and then we'll take a look at how it's looking on the correct side. That's 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all those loops on our hook, and then go directly into the single crochet, keeping everything nice and tight so those bobbles really pooch out. And you can see they are looking lovely, bobblicious over here. Lynn is loving the pink that I chose. Thank you, Lynn. I think I'm going to send this to my best friend that lives in Florida. She has a 2-year-old. So I'm hoping this will fit her. So we're going to continue to single bobble all the way around for a total of 19 stitches. So there's no increases here. And then the last stitch will be a bobble stitch. And then we'll move on from there. But that's what I'm going to be doing for row 5. Okay. I am in Kentucky. It is cold. It is pretty, but it is cold. You're welcome, Miss Deborah. I'm glad that you like it. I think if I'm remembering correctly, this is a $5 pattern in my shop. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Because I used to, before I had my blog, I sold all of my patterns for $5, and after I got my blog, I changed it to $3, but I didn't change the ones that were already posted. I just made $3 for the rest of them from here on. And again, if you missed it, if you tuned in late, you can grab the ad-free PDF for free today by going to acraftyconcept.com/jolly, JOLLY. But that will no longer work as soon as this live is over. So you better grab it before we say goodbye if you want the printable version for free. My gift to you for being a CrochetMAS attendee. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, single crochet, and then we have a bobble stitch, and that will complete row 5. 3 and 4. So I can't go directly into a single crochet because it ends with a bobble. I don't know why I did that. If I was going to redesign this hat, I would not make it that way, but we're just going to go with it. It works. We're going to join into the top of our first bobble stitch that we did. Nice and tight. Chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work. Before we get any further, I'm going to go ahead and sew in this first tail using a tapestry needle. When I first started to crochet, I didn't use a tapestry needle. When I sewed in my tails, I used a crochet hook, and I got under some stitches and I pulled it through, and I got under some and I pulled it through. This changed my life. So I'm just going to, this is the tail from our magic circle. I'm just going to put my needle under these stitches here and pull it nice and taut to hide it, but also to secure the magic circle that we did at the beginning. And then I'll be able to clip that off here in a second. I just want to do it now so I don't have to fuss with the length of the beanie later. If you're making the adult size, it will get pretty long. For the sake of time, we're just going to make the toddler size. I'm a little nervous about day 9. It's supposed to be the crocheted Addie Bear, and I'm a little nervous that that would be like a way too long of a video. So we might end up changing that one. Maybe I'll do a poll. I'll let you know when that's happening over on Instagram. Okay, chain 1, turn our work. Now we're looking at the right side of the correct side of our work again, and we're going to get ready for row 6. We're going 19, 20, 21. So we have 2 increases for row 6. Our first stitch is going to go here right in the top of our bobble, because remember we ended on a bobble stitch. So that's where our first half double crochet is going to go. And then the next one goes on top of a single crochet. So you'll be able to tell when you're on top of a bobble and when you're on top of a single crochet. I'm going to put my first increase here. Boom. We're going from 19 to 21. So we just need 2 increases. So half double crochet around. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, and then I'll put my increase in this next spot here. Excellent. Okay, Christina's looking forward to the Addie Bear. I'm worried about the time. Like ideally, a CrochetMAS live is only an hour. Max, like an hour would be excellent. An hour and a half is usually where they land. 2 hours is the absolute max. And I'm worried that the Addie Bear levy might be closer to 3.5 hours. I could make some of the like arms and stuff ahead of time. Okay, my last half double crochet was in top of a bobble stitch. So that completes row 6. I'm going to join into the top of my first half double crochet. And chain 1. Okay. For row 7, we're going from 21 to 23. So we're going to do 2 more increases, and we're just going to make sure they are not on top of these increases. So I'm going to put one like where we first start, and then I'm going to put one over here. So I'm going to start with a half double crochet and 2 more, 1, and then I'm going to do my increase in the next one. Doesn't really matter where you put them. I just want them spaced out. Again, if you don't like this method and you need exact instructions, they are in the PDF. This is just for ease of the live. Half double crocheting around. Oh, Elaine, it's her first CrochetMAS. Welcome. I'm so happy you could be here. I'm going to put this one here is going to be my increase. Christina said the baby woke up 5 minutes before the live started. Of course he did. Of course. He could feel it, that it was almost time for you to need to be somewhere. Where can we get the pattern again? craftyconcept.com/jolly. I can show it to you on the screen. Here it is. Only available through the length of this live, and then it will be gone. And I will be doing that for all Crafty Concept patterns during the whole CrochetMAS 2024. Okay, join into the top of our first half double crochet, chain 1, saving for later. Exactly. Everybody, Terry said she's just saving it for later. Do that. Jump in on the live, grab the PDF for later. Okay, for row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going from 23, 24, 25. So just 2 more increases for row 8. So I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna half double crochet starting in the same spot, and then the row before the bobble row is when I will move where I start, where I showed you earlier. So I'm going to put my first increase. Let's go 1 more stitch and then the next one. Here's where I'm going to increase. Well, it's kind of above one from the previous row, but it's fine. As long as they're not all stacked up on top of each other, you'll be good. Sometimes in a pattern, I might need them to be stacked up on one another, but for this one, I do not. So we're going to half double crochet around and then get ready to add my second increase. I'm also thinking about next year's CrochetMAS, doing it a little different maybe. Maybe doing like, I don't know, like one of my pillows that I've been working on if you follow my Instagram stories, or maybe like something else that's like one project that we work on a little bit each night. I think that could be really fun. Okay. Almost finished with row 8. Perfect. Join into the top of our first half double crochet, chain 1. For row 9, what? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. For row 9, we have 3 increases. So from 25, 26, 27, 28. So we have 3 increases for row 9. I'm going to put my first stitch over here instead of right up where it's, because you can see that my seam is going, wah. Probably should do it on the second one, honestly. I think that would be a little bit better. Maybe we'll do that for the next half double crochet spaces between the bobble stitches. 3. I'll put my first increase there. How we doing? Megan says the pillows are turning out so cute. Thank you, thank you. How's everybody's hats going? I love the one project, but working together each night. Cheryl, this is an I Love This Yarn print. I'll have to grab that exact color in a few minutes. It's because I've got more of them on my shelf. I'm afraid it was discontinued, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to increase here. That's my second increase. I got one more for this row. Another thing you might notice while we're making this is this would make a very cute Christmas tree. I was making one yesterday in preparation for today. This is where I'm going to put my third increase. And I used an olive green, which is gorgeous, but way too dark for camera. So I won't be able to use anything like that for the camera. And it makes a very pretty Christmas tree. Okay, remember the last one for this row has to go right up squeezed in there in the join. That's not technically a stitch. Technically, that's our join from the previous row. Jory is Jory how I pronounce your name? Jory. Loving the Nutcracker series. He is still not finished. I do love that I can film once and then have a whole bunch of content for a while. Some people are not digging how it's in so many parts. I'm going to drink some Dr. Pepper. But the reason I did that was so people can hear my thought process of how I'm designing this thing. That way, maybe you would feel encouraged to design your own thing. I think it can be helpful. I am going to try to post a reel after it's all done, like a start to finish reel without all the talking, just for, I don't know, storytelling purposes. Okay, next row is a bobble row. Row 10. So we're going to turn our work. And this one is 28 stitches. The previous one was 19. So this is an odd number. This is an even number. So we're going to start with a bobble, but we're going to end with a single crochet. And I'm going to put my bobble here. That's my first bobble stitch. No increases, just bobble single around. Bobble, single. You know what? I'm probably going to lose my voice before CrochetMAS is over. Didn't think about that. I scream bloody murder at my daughter's softball games. And I think last season, not the one that was just over, the one before this one, I think I damaged something in my mouth because I get hoarse really, really easily. And that's new. It could be because I'm almost 35. I don't know. But I will probably, it's on camera, the scream that I did. It was almost like a growl scream. It was pretty intense. It was a championship, and it was our last game in the 8U league, and we were killing, and I was very excited. We ended up winning, by the way. They are 8U champions. We are now in 10U, which is the next one up. It was crazy, but that's why my voice gets kind of bad kind of easily. So we're just going to single bobble around. Thank you, Lisa. Make that for my family to wear for Christmas. Oh my gosh, Megan, it will be so cute. Are you going to go for matching or coordinating? Megan's going to make these hats for her family for Christmas. If you need in-between sizes, Megan, you could change hook sizes. You could easily drop down to a 4.5 millimeter even to make a small size, like a tinier size if you need a very small one for a baby. And then you can also extend the pattern if you need it to be bigger. I don't know if you've picked up on it yet, but we do 4 rows of half double crochet and then a bobble row. And our half double crochet rows have increases in them, and they go 2, 2, 2, 3. So if you needed to extend it before starting the brim to make a bigger size, that's how you would do it. You would just do 3 more rows or 4 more rows, however many more of half double crochets before you start your brim. Her daughter really needs one of these. She does. She probably needs it in pink. You need one of those cups. Oh, yell cups? I've not seen any yell cups. Okay, we're going to end with a single crochet because we started with a bobble and this is an even number of stitches. Join into the top of our bobble and chain 1. We're going to turn our work. Okay, looking good. Tell me that don't look like a little baby Christmas tree. See it on this side? The little, so cute. If you did single crochets instead of half double crochets and used a smaller hook, this would make such a freaking cute Christmas tree. I want to make one. Might do that one day. Okay. For row 11, we have 2 increases. So I'm just going to put them in there randomly. So we're just going to half double crochet around, but I'm going to squeeze in 2 increases somewhere spaced out on the work. Let's see, I'm going to put my first one here. And an increase again is just 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. And then I'll do my next increase. Let's see. I'm going to do 2 more. Well, 1 more, and then I'm going to increase here. There we go. Perfect. This is row 11. Another way that you can recheck what row you're on, like if you forgot, the bobble rows are 5. So 5, 10. That can help us catch up really quickly. If anybody is tuning in way after we started, welcome. So glad that you are here and we're able to squeeze in some time for yourself. We are giving away the PDF for this pattern, the ad-free PDF, which is currently a paid-only option. I'm going to join into the top. We're giving away for free as a thank you for showing up live and joining us for CrochetMAS and making it the party that it is. This is where you can go to grab the free ad-free PDF, this guy. After this live is over, that link will no longer work. It is very temporary. Okay, row 12. Okay, for row 12, this is where I'm going to do my seam straightening. So I'm going to come all the way over here. That means I'm going to end all the way over here. So this is row 12. And we have 2 increases somewhere, wherever I decide to put them. I'm going to go right here for the first one. If anybody is a CrochetMAS OG and has experienced this with me before, how do you feel about the music? Because I wanted to do it previously, if you can remember, and I was worried that YouTube would take it down, and I also wasn't sure how all the techie would work, and I did it this year, so I'm hoping it's as lovely for you as it is for me, because I love listening to it. Just some background Christmas music. It did take me a couple hours. Oh, not on the banner. There we go. Megan likes the music. Hi, Carrie. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you like it, Megan. I like it too. Coordinated colors for everyone. My mom is purple, my 2 sisters pink and blue, and mine is going to be a pretty teal color. Oh, that sounds so pretty. I put my next increase there. Oh, thank you, Jory. I hope I'm saying your. Oh, she said yes. Hopefully that is I'm I'm not very cultured. I'm also not an excellent reader, and I don't really, I do the best that I can. If you were here for Yarn to Do back in 2018, you know. Okay, my last one is going to go smack up next to my starting chain. Do I have any Yarn to Do fans? Oh, Creative Treasures loves the music. Christmas music makes all the projects better. Ugh. Yes, late October, us too, Susie. We have had our Christmas tree up before Halloween before. Just depends on which day of the week it falls on. Okay, 10, 11, 12, we're on 13, which is another 2 increases. I think, like, marketing-wise or psychology-wise, I'm pretty sure playing Christmas music makes people, like, happier, and so then they buy more. And I think that's why department stores play Christmas music during the holidays. I could be wrong. Did you ever notice that Hobby Lobby plays, like, Christian music, like Jesus music, because it's a Christian-owned company? And every now and then, I swear, usually it's just instrumental. Every now and then, I swear they're playing Shania Twain's Look Like We Made It. And I don't know if they know that that's not a Jesus song. But I hear it every now and then, and it cracks me up. Unless there's a Jesus song that sounds just like Shania Twain's Look Like We Made It. Because it makes me giggle. Let's see. Here's an increase. I'm going to go a few stitches past this guy. We're almost back to the beginning. I'm going to go right here. I don't like that noise. Okay. And then our next row should be 3 increases. Yes. We'll do 3 in the next row. Almost there. Christmas music is awesome, but we didn't turn it on until Friday. We give Tom his day. I love it. I've been seeing some posts, yes, that say Thanksgiving is a day and Christmas is a season. So they play Christmas music all year. We are early Christmas people. My husband is a fanatic. I used to hate Christmas for a very long time just because it was so chaotic going to the 600 different families. I was so stressed and I hated it. And then we set some boundaries after we had Ava, and Ava she's 9 right now. Like the last 5 Christmases, I have been obsessed. But up until then, I was like, for one, I hated it. And then I was like warming up slowly but surely. And then I'm obsessed with it now. It was awful before we set some good boundaries. I'm going to go ahead and jump again for this row just to try to, I guess you could do every other row with the stitch fixing technique we talked about. I'm doing it for this one. This row has 3 increases. I'll put my first one here. Now this song, I didn't know was a Christmas song because I thought this was We're Here Because We're Here Because... Was that Muppets? It's not. It's a Christmas song. I looked up the title just to make sure. Glory be to Christ our God. It's a Christmas song. Mm-hmm. The turkey tastes the same with the Christmas tree up. I've also seen how some people put a Christmas tree up before Halloween, but they don't put their ornaments on yet, and they just throw a white sheet over it and then turn the lights on, and it's a ghost. It's a ghost for Halloween. I love it. I'm tempted. One year I might do it where I do an entire year of Christmas crochet patterns just all year long. I post new Christmas crochet patterns so that way we have them come Christmas time. I think that could be really fun. Because I have all the ideas and I never have enough time to get them out in the same season. Like my pillows. There's no way. Things like we could just do Christmas pillows all year long. And then come Christmas time. Welcome, Charlotte. Make sure you grab the free gift that I have for you guys. If you go to acraftyconcept.com/jolly, JOLLY, you can grab the ad-free PDF for this pattern for free as my gift to you. I'm going to keep saying that throughout the live because I don't want anybody to miss out. And I don't just want to leave the banner up the whole time because I think it can be distracting. Okay, one more. Love it, Caroline. I love how everybody has their own traditions. Also, if you cut down a real tree, I don't think it would last all through November and December. Okay, now we're going to turn our work in preparation for row 15, which is another bobble row. Look at our little Christmas tree. A little Christmas tree. Bet you thought we were making a hat. Tricked you. It's an April Fool's CrochetMAS. I'm just kidding. It's a hat, but it looks like a Christmas tree. Okay. For row, I'm going to pull that up one more time. Well, I say one more time. This is where you can go to grab the free PDF. It's not free normally, but the ad-free paid PDF is my gift to you. You can get it from this link here. It will disappear after this live. Okay. Yes, Diana, I think, or Dina. It will be available later. Let's see, who is hanging out that Christy, if you could help me tell new folks about the free PDF, I would be forever grateful. There was another one, maybe Deborah, and there was another person that I knew really, really well at the beginning. She was one of the first people that joined. I can't remember her name. Waynell. Those are some of my Crochet Boss Academy students. If you guys could help me share the link if you see new people coming in, that would be so helpful. I'm like anxiety ridden that somebody's not going to get it. Okay, so this is another bobble row, and it's odd number of stitches. So we're going to end and start with the same stitch. We're just going to do bobble stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, place my first bobble stitch right here, and I did turn my work before I started this row. That way my bobbles pooch out on the correct side. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot just force my bobbles to pooch out. Some people can like push them. Mine never look good, ever. I have to do my bobbles backwards, and I think that's how most people do it. But I think some people are magic, and they can make their bobbles pooch out on the correct side without. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Susie. Yeah, I think it'd just be very helpful if we were just kind of keeping an eye on it. Mackenzie will do that if there's other days that she's able to join us. I want people to get the free thing. So we are just going to bobble and single crochet around. See, I'm starting to get sweaty now from these lights, which I knew I would be, but my feet are cold. I need to stick one of them lights under the table. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. Just bobble, single crochet around. We are almost to the instructions to make it the toddler size. After row 18, we're going to jump to the toddler instructions. But if you wanted to continue yours, you can just keep working on it and then kind of follow, like just listen when I do the Brim stuff. That way you can remember it when you need to make yours. But for the sake of time, I am going to be doing the toddler size, and it's still going to be a fairly long video because we still have to make our pom-pom, which means I'm going to need a little polyfill, and I didn't put that in the materials list in the email or in the description of this video or at the beginning of the video when I told you all the instructions. If you didn't have polyfill, you could just shove some of your faux fur yarn in there. So we are not, all is not lost. Okay. Hi, Seny Vasquez. Seny? Man, I wish I could if I could have a special power to help my business, like a business power, it would be to be able to read and pronounce everybody's names without pause or hesitation and complete certainty. That would be a great superpower. I think just well-read people can do that. Culturally well-rounded people. I'm trying to teach Ava like prefixes and suffixes to help her understand the meanings of words and stuff. I never learned any of that. I never learned phonics at all in public school in the early 2000s. So I'm trying to teach her these things, so hopefully it will help her have a better grasp. Okay, and again, this row is an odd number. So we're supposed to start and end with the same stitch. I feel like I could put a single crochet there, but I don't think I'm supposed to. So I'm just going to count. This is 1, then the single crochet is 2, 3, 4. I'm going to count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 34, 35. Did we miss something? Because it's supposed to be 37. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did I miscount? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 4, 5, 35. Ooh, we're behind. So I'm going to put a single crochet there to get me to 36 at least. And then I'm going to join into the top of my bobble stitch, chain 1, and turn our work. So I am 1 stitch behind. So for the next row, which is row 16, I'm just going to increase 3 times instead of 2. It's a cone shape. It is absolutely okay. It will still make an excellent Santa hat. Here in the chat, she says she's not seeing anybody in the chat. There's folks there, Diane. We're here. We're hanging out. Megan, I didn't get diagnosed until in my 30s. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. So we're in row 16, and we're supposed to have 39 stitches. I'm at 36, so I'm going to increase 3 times. So that way I'll be good to go. Oh, shoot it. Ava used to say shoot it when she was little instead of dang it. Okay, wait. I'm going to do it a specific way so that it stays on the inside very gently. Okay. Trying to hide that knot. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 4, 5, 6. Okay, increase here. 1 and 2. As long as I do 3 increases, I should be good to go. Maybe I didn't start and join in the correct spots up till this point somewhere. 10. Okay. Let's go in the next space for my second one. Perfect. Has anybody made any Christmas slippers for the season? I'm going to have to make myself another set of bunny slippers because I had to throw mine in the garbage because when I was making Ava's gingerbread house bed, I stepped in the spray foam and it was permanent. So I just threw them away. They were very old anyway. Probably a good time to make me a new pair anyway. Also, I think Ava would like a pair, so maybe I can make them both at the same time. My third increase. That should have us with the correct number of stitches. Ooh, Caroline made a bunch of cup cozies for her market next week. Did anybody have Shop Small Saturday markets yesterday? I didn't even go shopping. It's my favorite time of year, like my favorite holiday or whatever, shopping day. Didn't even go shopping because I have turned into quite the hermit crab. I didn't even want to leave my house. I love making the coffee cozies, though. I think those make excellent gifts. Okay. For the next row 17, we should get up to 41. So 39, 40, 41. We should only have 2 increases in this row. Oh, here we go. ACR. It's like far away from my screen. Concept.com. There you go. Diane. Diane. Hopefully that's clickable for you. Okay, so we are going to have 2 increases in this row. Let's see, where shall we put them? I'm gonna put my first one right here in the next stitch. 1 and 2. I've got to market this Saturday. Been crocheting like crazy. I've made several gift card holders. Mine, Leanne, or just somebody else's? Are you talking about gift pockets? Because if it's gift pockets, that makes my heart very happy. But if it's not, it just makes my heart regular happy. Because I'm glad that you're going to be selling them. I think those are an excellent gift, whether they're mine or not. But I get very excited when people make things that, like, I want to design patterns that help you get sales. That's the whole point of all the patterns that I design. So it makes me very, very happy. Now there's a link. You're welcome, Diane. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm embarrassed. Okay, I've also been making soap. Well, I haven't been making. I've been thinking about making soap cozies, the soap bags. I put my next increase there for Christmas gifts. We still have a little bit of leftover soap that Ava made a couple months ago, I guess. She did her first market selling handmade soaps that she made, and we have a few left over, and I thought they would make great gifts with a soap sack that I crocheted. I think that could be very fun. Just for, I don't know, little random people that I might give a gift to. Not my regular list of people, but like, I don't know, if I had like my mailman, but he's a man, so I probably won't give it to him. But if I had a teacher or a school bus driver, I would give it to one of them, but she doesn't have those things. She has kind of a teacher, but we've already made her gift. I haven't shared about it yet because she hasn't got it yet. I have to give it to her later. We do homeschool and we go to a co-op on Mondays. So that's why she has a kind of teacher. Okay, we are now on row 18, which is our last row for the body of our toddler hat. And I bet you're saying, Ashley, it looks really tiny. I know. And I'm as worried about it as you are. But I think after we do the brim, it will be fine. Worst case, it's a baby to toddler hat because my best friend's toddler is got a tiny head. So I think this would fit her, not as it is now once we add the brim. So let's just have faith. We'll faith it until we make it, and we'll hopefully it works out perfectly. And if not, I can give you the instructions for how to adjust. So row 18, 2 more increases in this row. I'm going to put my first stitch way over here so my seam isn't so crooked. I do not like hearing the stitch marker tap around on the table. Megan, how about you? Is that the type of ADHD you have? Because I don't like it. I'm going to put my first increase. Oh, not there. Let's go here. For anybody who may have joined and hasn't heard me say, I just don't like for my increases to line up on top of one another because then it will make my hat a triangle shape instead of a cone shape. But if you have the PDF or if you're looking at the free version on my blog, the exact locations of the increases are on there. I just didn't want to have to be counting instead of chatting. And then I messed up my count. So there's that. Megan said it drives her crazy. I hear it like flinging around on the table. And it's because I'm close to my phone, so I have to move everything, which I will. Because as my hat continues to grow. That's why it's doing that. Okay, we need one more increase. We got a few. Right, just one more. 41, 42, 43. Yeah. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just going to take it out. Wait, this is the last row. We don't need to. Oh, she said I'm saying her name correctly. D is, okay, pretty. Oh, she thinks she's in trouble. I can do D. I can remember that. Well, hopefully. I can pronounce it at least. I just don't know if I can remember it. Okay, that was my second half double crochet increase. Leanne made some soap sacks. Lynn has faith. Thank you, Lynn. Oh, that's a good idea, Creative Treasures. She would love that. Let's see. Up next was the chapstick keychains. Oh, hi, Miss Crafty Designs. Welcome. Oh, Leanne did make some crafty gift pockets. I'm so glad. Okay. And my last one needs to go right up next to my starting chain. Then join into the top of the first one and chain one. Okay, now it says you're looking at the PDF, which you guys all have access to. We just finished row 18. And then it says, for toddler size, stop here and skip down to toddler size instructions below. So this right here is for the child size, and then we stop. And then this right here is for the adult size. So if you want to keep going, that's how you do it. We are going to jump over here to toddler size so we can finish from here. So we're going to half double crochet 43 around. So we're just doing one half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. No increases. So this is our fourth. Right. 43 was the previous one too, yes? Okay, yes. No increases. I find that these hats are very comfortable to wear. They're not like what you're used to because they're pointy and slouchy, but I find them very comfortable. It looks a little funky on my giant Gracie doll behind me, but when I put it on my head, it's not the same as like a beanie, but I like it. And I think that the faux fur brim is very warm. I like it a lot. Ooh. So just one stitch. Oh, thank you, Dee. Very pretty. Sometimes, so she said that she likes the color of this yarn. I will get the official name for you guys, I promise. Sometimes yarn like this with the little specks of white, it's not specks, it's like dashes. If this was a maroon color instead of pink, I think it would look like ground beef. Has anybody else noticed that? Especially with velvet yarn that's like maroon colored. Yes, Megan, the replay will be available for forever. It will be monetized, so there might be ads, but it will be available. Does anybody else notice that sometimes yarn looks like ground beef? Or is that just me? Okay, almost there. That should be 43. Joining to the top of our first half double crochet. Now we have another bobble row. So chain one, turn my work. We're going to bobble single crochet around for 43, which means it is an odd number. So we should start and end with the same stitch. In this case, a bobble stitch. So if I got the right counts, or it could be a different odd number, but hopefully it's the right counts and hopefully it ends with a bobble stitch. We're all lined up properly. Vanessa said she did not see ground beef until I said that, and now she does. It's the maroon colored velvet yarn specifically, but anything with like maroon and dashes of white or cream, I mean, it probably would depend on the pattern that you use. It'd be giving ground beef vibes. I think I have some maroon velvet behind me on my yarn wall. Getting a little close to my phone. I might need to push it up. Give us a little bit more room here. And I do need to take another drink of my Dr. Pepper. I'll let you guys keep it going with your bobbles. I'm going to grab some Dr. Pepper. And then I'm going to look up the name of this yarn. I think the first time I saw this yarn was when Sarah D. Crochet made a flamingo one time, and I think this was the yarn that she used. Well, this doesn't have a discount sticker on it, so maybe it wasn't. It's called Caroline. Maybe it wasn't discontinued. So I love this yarn. Oh, Stonewash. I thought it said print. It says Stonewash, and the color is Caroline. I could have sworn that they put orange stickers on those, and I bought a bunch of them because I like the color a lot. Okay. This way. Okay. Bobble, baby, bobble. Does anybody else get elbow pain when they crochet? Because I do, and it helps if I wear this little like athletic sleeve. Didn't know if anybody else has experienced that. Another thing that I saw recently that I thought would be nice for crocheters, over on TikTok, a lot of people are posting videos of this hand massager. You just kind of put your hand inside, and it's got little, I guess, like little balls in there that massage your hands. I'm not sure because I don't have one, but I thought that could be lovely for crocheters because we use our hands a lot. Hand pain for sure. A lot of elbow pain. Yeah, for me, it's elbow pain. I didn't get it until maroon and white were my school colors. Until after my shop went viral and I made about 6 billion clear bun beanies. That's when my elbow started hurting. And it feels like right now it hurts because I've been working on my pillows and like preparing for CrochetMAS. I was making one of these yesterday. So right now it hurts because I've been crocheting a lot. So it's warm to touch, like just in that spot, and that would indicate inflation. Not inflation. What is that word? What is the word that inflamed? No, there's a word that means something that, and it gets hot. Maybe inflamed. I don't know. But it feels like there's something like dangling. Whatever's inside your elbow that holds it together, mine is not tight. Mine is loosey-goosey. It feels like there's like little feathery things inside of there dangling. I'm in Kentucky. Inflammation. Thank you. Thank you. Brain just stopped working. 3. Megan, if you get one, you'll have to let me know how you like it. I thought about getting one just to like do a review and then return it because I don't really need anything else in my home right now. We just have so many things. I just bought a steam cleaner for cleaning my bathroom. Turns out the guy is not hefty enough to clean my shower. My shower is just, it's too big of a job for that little guy. But he is excellent for steaming and blocking my pillows because I can do it this way. I don't have to have it hanging up like I normally did with my other steamer. Excellent for steam blocking crocheted things. I'll do a video eventually, but it was like $50, I think. And I do use it for small cleaning jobs, like little quick ones. It's done a pretty good job at getting paint off of my hardwood floors or laminate, I don't know, engineered hardwood, whatever it's called. Because there's like little bitty specks where the painters painted when we built our house. It gets those up pretty easily, which is nice. Okay. All right. Well, we at least started with the right stitches. So hopefully I get a cramp in my thumb that holds my hook. Oh, she gets pain in her shoulder. Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening, you guys. I'm sure you see what I see. I don't know how to fix it. I'm going to hop over to... No, I can't do it from the YouTube side. Hang on, wait. Okay. Hey, no problem. I can fix it on my own without Mackenzie. I will have to tell her. Okay, we're going to join into the top of our first bobble stitch. Oop. And chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, let's extend my phone here. Don't get car sick on me. Our little Christmas tree. Now we are going to half double crochet 41 again. One more row of half double crochets, still doing, 43, still doing the same number of stitches, so still no increases. And then we're going to switch to the fur yarn. And I want to give you some disclaimers before I do that. You will not be able to see what I'm doing with the fur yarn because I cannot see what I'm doing because the fur yarn is furry. If you've never used fur yarn before, you will see. That being said, there's some pros to not being able to see what you're doing. Neither will whoever receives your hat. Nobody will know. It hides all of the mistakes and imperfections because you can't even see the good stuff, let alone the bad stuff. So that's a pro with using faux fur. You can also feel all of the stitches, no problem. Well, it's not like the easiest thing in the whole world, but it's fairly easy, especially once you get used to it and you know what you're looking for. That being said, if you guys would prefer, I used a worsted weight yarn instead of a faux fur yarn just so we can see what's happening. I can do that. But if you want to just bear with me and I'll make it with the faux fur, I can do that. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I didn't know that. I got worried about it. I wasn't sure. I can put the captions in that language. What was it? You said Turkish. Did you know Hobby Lobby's yarn is made in Turkey? I will try to remember that Turkish, Vanessa, and I will try to put the captions for the replay, select that as one of the languages. So hopefully she can at least go back and watch the replay. And I apologize. I was scared that it was spam because I don't have my helper with me today. It's just me running the show. And I checked my Instagram messages today, like the hidden messages. Wait a minute. Is that supposed to go? I think that's where, yeah, that's my last one. There was a bunch of spam in there. I don't know if you guys have Instagram hidden message requests. I had a whole inbox field. There's more. Really, really do not look at it with a child around. Okay. Just delete them. Okay. So I'm already a little on edge. Tell me that doesn't look like a perfect Christmas tree. Let me show you my idea. Should have had this out. I'm sorry. I just want to show you. If you had these, I have some small ones too in my closet. You could make a little Christmas tree. It's not the right. You might want to also put some polyfill up in there. But tell me that's not the cutest thing and have a whole bunch of them, like a whole little Christmas tree village. Now I want to make one. What I want to do is like fingering weight yarn maybe, or maybe not even that low, maybe like a 3, and then single crochets instead of half double crochets. Okay, here's a suggestion. Would you guys like for me to change the Addie Bear Lovey for day 9? This is supposed to be for day 9. Would you like for me to change this to a bobble Christmas tree experiment? And we use number 3 weight yarn, and we follow this pattern again, but we do single crochets instead of half double crochets, and then we stuff it and make perfect little. Is there a way I can do a poll on here? I think there is, but I don't know how. I'll do it in the email. I'll send an email. I'm pretty sure I can do a poll in the email now. I will do an email, and I know Christina really wanted to do the crochet Addie Bear together. I'm just really worried that we won't be able to get through it. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with the fur yarn. But now that I've done this row, it says switch to fur yarn. So I'm not going to join like that. I'm going to take out my last half double crochet, do it again, join with the new yarn. So pull that tight, grab my new yarn. This is Yarn Bee Fur the Moment is what it's called. Just finished my toddler hat, sewing in all of the ends now. My daughter will love it when she wakes up from nap time. Yay, Jessica! That sounds really cute. Also, the Christmas light bulbs are one of my favorites. Oh, Susie, I made a larger one last CrochetMAS, I think. It kind of looks like a grenade, like a Christmas grenade. Loves the idea of the tree. I think it could be fun. Lots of people seem to love it. Okay. Okay, we will hope I'll put up a poll in the email. So keep an eye out for that for the VIP email list. If you're not on the VIP email list, you can go to acraftyconcept.com/CrochetMAS. Get signed up because you will get freebies sent to you every morning. And now things like a poll. So that's our first time doing that, but I think it'd be fun. I also like making the Christmas lights, Susie. I was making some, and I'm gonna I'll just have to post it later, but I've got an idea for them. I'll try to post it later on Instagram. Okay, now we are going to make row 22 through 24. So 22, 23, 24, 3 rows, half double crochet, 1 time in each stitch for a total of 43 stitches using our faux fur yarn. So I'm going to insert my hook into the stitch, grab the yarn and pull it through to join the new color, and then chain. I'm going to put my first half double crochet in that same spot where I just joined. You will not be able to see what's happening. That's one. You just got to kind of feel for it. The next row will be even harder because right now I can still see my previous stitches. If you are intimidated by the faux fur yarn, one, let me just encourage you, it is the most fun once you get the hang of it. It really is. And you can make some of your favorite crochet patterns and just change it to fur yarn. And like I've made some faux fur Addy Bears, the knitted version, not the crochet version. I made them with my knitting machine. So cute. I think I posted, you can see one in the reel I posted yesterday because it's stuck in one of my stockings hanging on my fireplace right next to me. And it's not as intimidating as it looks. And it's okay if you mess up because nobody's going to know. If I was counting and like in the next row, say I'm counting my stitches and I'm off by 1, just throw in an increase right where you are. Nobody's going to know. It will not affect the finished shape of your Santa hat or probably any of your faux fur projects, honestly. But it can be really, really interesting and fun to do. People are amazed that it's crocheted. For one, they're like, you crocheted that? And I'm like, yeah. And they don't understand. And I barely understand because it doesn't look like yarn. So I completely get it. And it's very, very warm. It's very, very soft, very cuddly for things like loveys or plushies. So I highly recommend practicing and giving yourself grace and patience to learn it without wanting to throw it out the window or burn it. Okay? You're just going to stay super patient and super, super slow. And if you need to frog it, you need to frog it. And if for some reason it gets tangled up and you need to throw it away, just do that. And the next time it goes on sale, you can get you one. Okay? Just take it easy, take it slow. And it's really fun. And it can open a whole new world for you. Caroline loves the tree idea. Deborah said there is a way to create a paper cone using cardstock to put inside trees. Ooh, I have seen people do that. I've seen that for the, have you seen people making the pipe cleaner trees where they fold pipe cleaners and then they look like little loops? Very cute. Okay. So I'm going to hope that's the right-ish number of stitches. I'm going to join into the top of my first half double crochet. As soon as I can get my hook in there. It's a little tricky. You just got to kind of feel for it. And then sometimes you have to close your eyes. Sometimes I have to close my eyes so I can see it better. It's okay. Close them if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and clip my pink yarn just so it's not distracting us and hanging and dangling. I'll sew in those tails later. I'm going to shove them in there, get them out of my way, and finish joining and chain 1. If you've never made this pattern before and you're already stressed about the faux fur yarn, in a couple rows, you're going to be real upset. But just be patient. I promise. It works. Made tons of these. It's been a while, but I've made tons of these. You can get all kinds of different colors of faux fur. I have some lime green that is very, if you know, you know, to a very specific Christmas character who is copyright protected. That is a lime green furry thing. That yarn is perfect for that. So you could make, how cute would this hat be if you did like red and white stripes? Red and white stripes for the half double crochets, and then lime green worsted weight yarn for the bobbles, and then lime green faux fur for the trim. What? Somebody make that. Good idea, Diane. Somebody make that and show me a picture of it, because I bet that would be so fun and festive. Deborah, that cardstock idea would be perfect, because then you could make it as tight or as loose as you needed. Hello, Kim. Welcome. Kim, just so you know, everybody who joins the live has the opportunity to get the ad-free PDF for this hat pattern absolutely free. And one of my friends is going to grab the link for you and pop it in the comments. But you can open a new window and go to that link and download it, because as soon as this live is over, that link will no longer work. So it's a craftyconcept.com/jolly. It has been posted if you want to scroll through the comments. But somebody, we're all trying to crochet. So somebody will, welcome back, Diane. Somebody will type it in there for you so you can click it. We are almost done. I'm feeling the stitches with these fingers here. Like on both sides, I can feel where the hole is. And I know what it looks like because I'm familiar with crochet. It's like a V shape. If you were not familiar with crochet, I would not start learning. You can kind of see. I would not start learning how to do it with faux fur yarn. That's not what I would do. Another thing I was going to say and forgot, you can make it a little bit easier by holding 2 strands of yarn at once. Maybe you did a number 3 weight yarn that's white that hides very easily in this, but if you need to use, you can see your stitches if you need to. That's a tip that you could do, is also run a thinner, not furry yarn at the same time. Hold 2 strands at the same time. Okay, join into the top of our first half double crochet. If I can get it in there. Okay, almost. Okay, wait. Sometimes it gets caught between the fibers too of the furry yarn. Okay, and now we have one more row of half double crochets. That's our 3rd row. I know you can't see it, but it's true. And then after that, we're going to do 1 row in the back loop only. And you're saying, Ashley, how am I going to know where the back loop is? I know it's not easy, but putting the next row, not this row, the next row, which is row 25, in the back loop only will help your brim fold up properly. If you don't do back loop only, you're kind of folding it manually. It's not going to fold as nicely. It's not going to want to stay folded when you fold the brim up. So we're just going to do the best that we can to get it in the back loop. And I need to make a little swatch so I can show people what the back loop looks like with regular yarn. I should have already had that done. I was going to and completely forgot. And you know what? I had plenty of time because I was totally just chilling. Oh, that'd be pretty, Christina. What'd you say? And bulky white yarn. Ooh. Can't wait. I do. I've seen lots of people make the Crafty Boho stocking and change the brim, and I love it so much. I need to make a whole blog post about it. But I haven't seen anybody do it with the hat. We could do worsted weight yarn and then like surface slip stitch somebody's name, or embroider it by hand, or use puff paint. So much, or beads. to put their name on them. Oh gosh, I wish I could just poof, be done with because I have so many ideas all the time. And then I never have the time or the willpower to execute it. And it's sad. It's a sad thing to me. Okay, we are almost done with this row. Okay, join into the top of my first half double crochet that I'm just feeling for. Okay, chain one. Now I'm gonna really quickly, just really super quickly. I was gonna see if I had a partially finished thing, which I probably do, but I can do this no problem. I'm gonna show you what it looks like to be in the back loop only. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one turn. I'm gonna do one more, and then we'll do back loop. Just give myself plenty of structure for anybody who's never done it before. Having the faux fur is not going to be the best lesson. Okay, so this is what the tops of your stitches look like. Even with the faux fur, this is what the tops, you can see it's like trying to show you. It's just a bunch of V's, V shapes. This is normally where we put our hook, under both of the V shapes. This here, right here, is the back loop because it's furthest from my person. This is the front loop. Sometimes we do front loop only. Sometimes we do back loop only. That's the back loop. And then you also have the back bump, which is this guy. This horizontal bar here. That's the back bump or the camel hump. And if you place your single crochet here, it makes those V stitches fall to the front of your work and creates like a knitted look. Very pretty. So this is the normal. This is the back loop only. That's where we're going to be going. But it's just with the faux fur. But before we do that, we're going to turn our work. So the back loop, so the back loop is where this is going to help the brim fold and stay folded. So if you ever need something to fold and stay folded, I do it in my stocking patterns also. The back loop only, that's your jam. Okay. So we are going to half double crochet 43 in the back loop only. So I'm just feeling for my stitch and I'm inserting my hook where it should be. I know you're probably like, how does she see that? I don't see it. I'm feeling it. I see it with my heart. That one, yeah. And the more you crochet in general, the easier this will be. The more you work in the back loop only, the easier this will be. And the more you work with faux fur yarn, the easier this will be. If you are trying right now and you're just not getting it and you're getting really frustrated, you can use a worsted weight yarn. You don't have to use faux fur. You can do the same thing with worsted weight. It would still be very pretty. I want to do that anyway, just to see, because I've never done it. Oh my gosh. We're almost at an hour and a half already. This is going to be a 2-hour one, and I didn't anticipate that. Okay. Okay. I guess too much chatting, but I like to chat. Okay. Also, this row is going to take a little while because it's a little bit slower pace because you can't see what you're doing. You just got to feel it. Okay. Gotta remember to put the subtitles in Turkish for that person that was here. Hope I don't forget that. Thank you, Christina. I can't wait to see it. She said that she's going to make her brim with just bulky yarn instead of furry yarn. It's going to be gorgeous. Hello, Hooks, Whips, and Chains. Welcome. We are making the toddler size of the Crafty Boho Santa Hat. I'm going to be sending it to my bestie who lives in Florida for her 2-year-old. I send her things at least once a month. I love that baby. Oh, we are almost back to the beginning. And another thing with faux fur, you can use stitch markers to help you see where you're going. I have had projects before where I literally put a stitch marker in every single stitch because I couldn't see where I was and I was so frustrated, but I really wanted to finish it. So I've done that before. So no shame in the stitch marker game, okay? Whatever it is you need to do. You could also use like a Sherpa yarn if you have one that's about the same thickness as this. Okay. And last one. Actually, I think that was my last one. Okay. Oh, hi, Stephanie. Welcome. Okay. Insert into the top of our first half double crochet if you can find it. Okay. And chain 1. Okay. Now we are going to do a couple more rows. Yes, 26 through 27. So 26 and 27, 2 more rows of half double crochets. Oh, the reason we turned our work is because, so that row that we just did is the folded row. So if you do this, you'll see it folds. It wants to stay folded. Now this is the right side of my work and this is the wrong side just for that one row. That's why we switched directions. Okay, so now we're just going to do 2 more rows of 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. And then she'll be done. It says to sew in the tails. We won't be doing that on camera. But we do need to throw together the pom-pom if we can. You could just use a faux fur pom that you already have made or purchased from a pom maker, but it might not be the exact same color of fur as your brim. And I would not be okay with that. So we make our own faux fur poms using the faux fur yarn and a little bit of polyfill. Super simple. We just make a ball. We just make a little faux fur ball, stuff it with polyfill, and then attach it to the top of our hat using the compass method. That's the method that I use for attaching my poms. I think I have a video. It's an old one. It's included in this video. The instructions for this pattern, there's a video for it, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. This might be the only video because it's an old one. But I do have a video just for how to attach a pom to a hat so it's not floppy. Using the compass method is what I use. And I just made that up today. So you might not be familiar with it because I didn't give it a name until just now. Hi, Rosalie. Welcome, welcome. We have this row and then 1 more, and then the body of our hat is complete. And I do not like working from where it looks like I'm on the wrong side because the way the hat's folding and aggravate me, but it's fine. Okay, that's the last one. Okay, join into the top. Chain 1, and we have 1 more. I'm not even counting my stitches because I don't even want to know if it's correct or not because it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect it to the point where it doesn't fit anymore, and it would have fit had I made sure I had exactly. It's the faux fur, man. I can tell I'm getting most of them. So the faux fur is annoying, but also very forgiving. I use that pun every single time I make a video with faux fur yarn. This is our last row. I don't know what I could do to make these videos go faster. I definitely don't want to be over 2 hours. And I don't want to speed crochet because then it'll be hard to follow. Got a lot on my mind. I'm so glad you guys know each other and you're hanging out. Thank you, Mary. Okay. Almost there. Can feel it. It's a good thing we went with the toddler size, huh? Oop. Whew. Getting sweaty. Okay. Oh, there's where I got to end. I can see it's like a bump. Okay. How's everybody else doing with the faux fur for anybody who's trying it? You making it happen? Did you give up? Is this your first time? Is it easier than you thought? Did I beef it up for no reason? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, one more. Boom. Okay. Get in there. Okay. Now we can tie off. Just double check. Tie off sewing your tails. Okay. 27, 26, and 27. So I'm going to cut my yarn and tie off. It doesn't matter how long they go. We're working together. Oh, thanks, friends. I love the longer lives. We only get 10 CrochetMAS crochet alongs a year. Got to stack it all in. Christina, you're the best. Thank you, Susie. Okay, so now you can see. Oh, yay, Lynn. I'm so glad you did it. Now you can see, like, even with the faux fur, you can kind of see that this looks a little different than this. It's because this is the back, the front of my stitches, and this is the back. And the reason is because we're going to go like this. See? And see how it stays folded on its own? That's from the back loop only. It's creating like a nice little lip or ledge. Oh my gosh. Look how cute. Oh my gosh, it's darling. Okay. I'm not going to sew in the tails because we ain't got time. So we are going to make our pom. Okay, let's just do this real quick. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. I wonder how it would look on a Gracie doll. I feel like it would be a little big for a Gracie doll. It probably would be. It's so cute. Oh, okay. Let's switch back now. And we're going to make our pom. So we have instructions for an adult pom. And then hopefully child pom, toddler pom. Who was prepared in 2019? This guy. Okay. Looks pretty simple. I mean, like, not simple, quick. So we are going to use our faux fur yarn. That way our pom matches exactly. Round one, it says, I'm going to just show this to you really quickly because you won't be able to see what I'm doing that well. Of course, I'll read it as I go as well, but we're going to do 6 single crochets into a magic circle. Then we're going to increase in each of those for round 2. For round 3, we're just going to one time in each stitch, no increases. And then this row, we're going to decrease back down to 6. Super quick. Okay. Let's do it. Magic circle. I did show this at the beginning of the live in much slower detail. Now we're going to single crochet 6 times into the magic circle. I am going to make sure that I yarn over the way it's supposed to be done instead of under like I often do because I think the fur might get stuck in itself and it won't pull tightly. It's not going to pull super tightly anyway because working with the faux fur in the round, hey Anthea, can be tricky. But we can close it up with our tapestry needle, so there's no need to panic. But I am going to actually yarn over, like make sure I yarn over. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to attempt to pull this closed. And it might pop on me. It might not work at all. We're just going to, I think that's pretty closed. Now we're going to, I'm going to go straight. Yeah, it says round. I'm not going to join and chain this time. I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to put a stitch marker here. So we know where our last stitch is here-ish. Okay. Now I'm going to increase in each stitch around to go from 6 to 12. I'm going to need to make sure I get that first one. That's going to be the hardest. Okay. looking with my heart. Okay. So 1 single crochet, and then again in the same spot for 2. Okay. Next one is here-ish. Oh. Hi, Mary. It's been about an hour and 40 minutes, but I've also been chit-chatting, so it could be a little bit faster if you weren't going live. 1 and 2, so that's 4. Okay. I feel like I'm getting out of whack, but I'm just going to keep going. It's really difficult, but you can do it. Okay. 1 and 2, 5, 6, 2 here. Get in there. Thank you, Susie. 7, 8. Okay, next one. 9, 10, and then the last one supposedly looks like I might have made my own spot. I'm just going to do 1 in that stitch. I just took 1 out, and I'm going to put 1 in this next space because I think somehow I squeezed in some extras. So now I have 12. Okay, I'll move my stitch marker. Now we're going to single crochet 1 time in each stitch, again for 12. Approximately. I might be a little bit off, but it doesn't matter because it's a little fur ball. 2, and I'm not yarning over anymore. I was just doing that for the magic circle. 3, yeah, this is where I added an extra one somehow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11 and 12. Yeah, I'm one behind. I think we're at 13. I'm gonna do 1 more. This one has 13. It's fine. Okay, now we're going to decrease every 2. So if it had 12, I'd be decreasing back down to 6, but I have 13. So it's going to be 6 and then a single crochet, but it does not matter. That's the point that I'm hoping goes through. But you can see we're making a little ball, a little shapely ball. Very cute. Okay, so decreasing, to do a decrease, did I unravel that? No. Okay, to do a decrease, we're going to go into the first stitch, grab our yarn, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, grab our yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. That's a single crochet decrease. It's one way to do a single crochet decrease. So in the stitch, grab your yarn, pull up a loop. In the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, pull through all 3. Okay? So we're taking what normally was 2 stitches and turning it down to just 1 stitch. Okay, there. So that's 1. You could also use these palms on your hats. 2, if you don't like making faux fur palms out of fur fabric. 3, this is another method for you. It looks a little different, but it gets the job done. 4, 5, and last one, and then my random 6, and then my random 1 because somehow I did that. It's fine. Okay, now I'm going to, it doesn't say to do this, it just says that's the end of the instructions. Oh, sew in your first tail and stuff the palm. I'm going to tie off by putting my hook into the next stitch and making a slip stitch like this. And then I'm going to cut my yarn, leaving a decent sized tail because I am going to have to sew my circle closed with my tapestry needle. First, I'm going to put this tail into the middle of the circle. Okay. If I needed to, I could, yeah, I can feel, so when I pull this, I can feel the magic circle tightening. I'm just going to go under where I think the stitches would be. I showed how to do this at the beginning of the video with the beginning of the hat. I'm just doing a couple little squeezes, and then I'm gonna try to make sure the fibers of the fur are not stuck under. And then I'm just gonna plop this into the inside of my circle like this. I'm gonna leave it in there as stuffing. Okay. Now you could grab a little bit of polyfill. I'm gonna grab some. I mean, it's probably fine without it, honestly. But I would just like a little dollop. Just enough for me to have to destroy my whole display. I think I have some extra. I'm coming back, I promise. Okay. I had this polyfill left over from a kit. I'll just use this one. Yeah. Just a little dollop of it. Not much at all. Ooh, this is silky. It's probably too much. Okay. I'm going to shove it in there. Like so. Accidentally turned my sound off. I was like, wow, Ashley is really concentrating. Was I frozen? What did I do? Okay. Now I am going to use this tail and sew up my circle. I'm going to close it up, closing up the hole. There's lots of different methods that you can do for this. I'm just going to go into the stitch and then pull. And obviously it's easier to teach with not furry yarn. But I'm just kind of go into the next stitch and pull it tight. And once I get most of them on here, it should just close right up. If I was doing this with not faux fur yarn, I would use the method where you just go through the front loop and pull it nice and tight, and it's very clean. I can't remember what it's called, the magic close or something. I don't know. Okay, get in there. My polyfill is trying to fight me here. Okay, I think that's all 6 of the stitches. I'm just going to pull it. So it's not perfect because the fibers of the fur get caught in itself. But it doesn't have to be perfect because we're also going to attach it to the top of our hat. And nobody's going to know. Okay? If you wanted to, so you can, I don't know if you can tell. Yes, you can tell very clearly. So I'm just going to take this and go across that hole. And just kind of close it right up. Boop. And then I'm going to go this way. Again, I would not use this method if it was not faux fur. But because it's faux fur, you cannot tell. Nobody can tell. It's going to be, you're like, Ashley, I can tell. I know you can tell right now. But it's going to be smushed against, this flat area is going to be attached to the top of my hat. So this is the only part anybody's going to see. And that's the perfect part. So it's no problem. I'm going to take this, put it into the palm. I can even refluff it if I wanted to. Cut that off. And it will resorb back in there. Boom, boom. Okay, now we are going to attach it to our hat using the compass method. Okay. Put that in my scraps for my chair. Now we take our hat and we're going to need some scrap pink here so you can see what we're doing. These instructions are in the pattern here. This is what we're going for. So I need 2 strips of my pink. Oop. And my tapestry needle. We're going to put them through. So this is the bottom of my palm. Making sure to go through the stitches. Like through the, not just the fur, right? I'm going into the actual stitches. There's north and south. North, south. Now, we'll go through the other way to make east and west. Making sure you are in the stitches. Sometimes you can feel like you're in, and then you're just in the fur, and then your thing falls right out. Okay, east and west. And the way you can check is you grab So I'm going to grab north and south. I'm going to give it a little tug. It's in there. If it wasn't, it would just whoop right off. Grab east and west. It's in there. We're good to go. Oh, okay. Thank you, Dee. Thank you. That would be funny if I did do that, Christina. But I'm a chatterbox, so I would probably be like, oh shoot, I forgot I was with people. Okay. Now we're going to attach this. Stitch marker. Attach our palm to our hat, and the way we're going to do that is using our crochet hook, or you can use your tapestry needle if you wanted to. So we've got north, east, south, and west, and we're going to match that up with the tip of our hat. So this is south. So north, east, south, and west. We're just going to match them up, partner them up. So I'm going to go with my hook into the hat. Oh, accidentally put my computer in sleeper mode. Are we here? Are we good? I think so. It's getting dark. Can you guys still see the... Why does it look so dark? Hopefully you can still see. Maybe it's just my computer. Okay. Let me know if you can't see. I'll try to get the lights on it again. Okay, so I put my hook. It's dark. Looks fine. Okay, thanks, Dee. I'm going to pop it out where the south hole, the south hole is. And then it is dark. It looks very dark to me. I hope it's just messed up on my computer. I'm going to grab the south string. Pull it into my south hole. Like so. And then it's in there. Thanks, Megan. South hole. Okay. Now, perfect. Now we're going to do east. I'm going to go into the beanie. Pop it out in the east section. Maybe it's the next one over, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to grab my east string and pull it into the east hole. Okay. Going to grab my west. Boop. Popped out where the west side is. West side. Going to grab it. Pull it through the west hole. And here it comes, what we've all been waiting for. The north hole. Where's the string? There it is. Okay, next. Making sure everything's nice and snug. Okay, I'm going to go in one more time. The north. Boop. Grab my north string and bring it into the north hole. Perfect. Okay. Got it. Now, we're going to flip this guy so we can see what we're dealing with inside of here. All my strings are in their spots and they're paired up. If I pull this guy, this one's going to pull through. Like they're paired up. So make sure everything is nice and taut. So your palm is fully to your hat. And then we're just going to tie these guys together. Easy peasy. Do a little double knot situation. And then this side. And then if you really wanted to, you could do what I call a water balloon knot. And just take all 4 of these strings and do a water balloon knot. Then those puppies ain't a-going nowheres. Okay? And you say, Ashley, that's so uncomfortable. That's going to be poking into the hat. Yes, but it's the tippy. The tippy doesn't touch your head. It's all the way down in there, so it's no problem. And then we have our little hat. Oh, my goodness, it's so cute. Let me just... Oh, I love it. I love the pink. So we would sew in all of our tails, obviously. We're not going to leave it like that. I'm just not going to do it on camera. And then I'm going to show you what the adult size looks like. In case you didn't see my picture before. I love them. They're floppy and kind of saggy and everything that you would want from a Santa hat. The ball is a little heavy, but it's nice because then it's weighted and it can stay where I want it to stay. I wear mine all the time throughout this season in public, specifically when I'm doing things outside, like looking at Christmas lights, and I get a ton of compliments on them. So this is the toddler size, very cute, not as floppy. I might have had tighter tension than when I made this one, but still would be nice and warm and snug and cute. Perfect. Oh, you're welcome, friends. One last time before I go. Thank you, Cheryl, for reminding me accidentally. You can get the ad-free version of this pattern for free by going to the URL on the screen at craftyconcept.com/jolly. And you can download this for free. As soon as this live is over, that link will no longer work. So save it to your computer. Don't just save the link or the link that it turns into. Save the document to your computer or your phone or whatever, your iPad, whatever, because the link will not work as soon as this live is over. Also, make sure you are signed up to the CrochetMAS VIP list by going to this link, so you can be sure to get your hands on all of the CrochetMAS freebies that I will be sending out every single morning. This one was today's, and I'm obsessed because I love all things pink Christmas. Pink Christmas is my favorite. I don't know, for anybody who might have missed it earlier, give you a little, there it is. I love it. I love it so much. I have another set of Christmas wrap labels that will be going out during one of these. I think it might be day 6. Tomorrow, you're getting a coloring page that I designed just for CrochetMAS. So get excited. Thanks for showing up live, hanging out in the comments, having conversations with one another, having conversations with me. You make this worth doing. You make this so much fun for me and my mental health, and I appreciate you greatly. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you end up making some Crafty Boho Santa hats. If you do and you post any pictures, I would love to see them. You can use hashtag CrochetMAS 2024, and we can just follow along to see what everybody's making. I'm sure that you guys would also like to see each other's finished pieces as well. So you can follow this hashtag on Instagram and wherever hashtags are used. I mostly just use them on Instagram, so we can keep up with what everybody's doing. I think you can actually follow, like you follow a person, you can follow a hashtag. So if you wanted to, we could just everybody could follow this hashtag and then use this hashtag when we post our CrochetMAS pictures, and then we'll get to see what everybody's making. And hopefully you guys will make some friends too. Hopefully you'll be on Instagram and you'll recognize a name, or you'll recognize somebody's color combo that they said they were going to use, and you're like, oh, that's Dee from, hey, this is Christina. We were at CrochetMAS together. So hopefully you guys are also able to make some friends during this fun time. I will be putting a poll in the next email to ask you guys about the day 9, which is scheduled to be the Crochet Addie Bear Levy. I really don't think we'll be able to get through it in 2 hours. So I think maybe we could just do a Christmas tree instead, and we can try a small one. I think that could be really fun. So, but it's up to you. I'll do either one. I can also give you another suggestion for a Gracie doll purse. That's something that I've made for myself, for my daughter, but I never released it. And anytime I post pictures of it, like just kind of snuck in there, people are like, where's that pattern? So if you would rather, I could do a tiny Gracie doll purse. It looks like the Bitty Boho bag. It's got like bobbles and fringe and stuff to look like the Bitty Boho bag, but it fits this girl, the Gracie doll. So I'll put those 3 options: Gracie doll, Crafty Boho Christmas tree, or the Crochet Addie Bear, which is like a little bear lovey. I'll put it in a poll in the email. I will see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Prepare for beautiful lighting, because that's what 10 a.m. will give us. I'm very excited for that. If that's the only thing, I can't wait to have beautiful, gorgeous 10 a.m. lighting. So I will see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to give you one last second to go to this URL and grab the ad-free PDF for free. I think this is a $5 pattern in my shop. I really can't remember, but I think it is. If it's not, it's a $3 pattern. You can get it for free. This version that you can print off with no ads at all for free by going to this URL right now. But as soon as this live is over, I'm going to go turn it off. It will not work anymore after this live is over. Well, the replay will also be available, but let me see. Tomorrow's pattern is not my own, so there will not be a free PDF for tomorrow. Maybe I should make a different, yeah, I'll choose something else. Maybe a different pattern from my store. Yeah, I'll do that. There'll be a different pattern for tomorrow, but it will not be the hamster that we will be making together. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great evening.